What's up, guys? Welcome back into the channel. Monday morning to you. Good old Monday, start of the week. Slow Monday. How's everybody doing? I've already seen a couple of messages in the chat just whilst we were waiting for the stream to kick off. I want to say afternoon to Big Merc. How are you doing, Big Merc? I'm assuming back from the gym. Let us know how you are pushing those weights and whether you had a good weekend. Abon65, hey FTS, had my best game week in a long time. Abon65, if you want to let me know now what your Sorare manager name is, we'll bring you up on the screen so we can check out your really amazing game week. Hello to Twitch Gaming as well. And hello also to Estonian Weirdo. And if you are new on the channel, or maybe you're not new on the channel, maybe you've just been jumping on but lurking, feel free to get involved in the chat as much as you can today. Big Merc's actually at the gym. Oh, at the gym, mate, chest day today. Lots of solid scores, just all in different lineups. But did you win anything, Big Merc? Have you won anything this weekend? Let's bring up Abon65 as well, whose name is Granto65. And we've also got 3 Sorare cards to give out today as part of our Throw Your Hat in the Ring, which is really exciting. That's the most amount of wins we've had in one game week, so I'll be doing that in a minute. Okay, so this is Abon65. Oh, wow, look at that. Currently on course to win £35.63. He's got a 5th place in Challenger in season, which is incredible. A tier 5 rare, a tier 5 limited, and then the threshold as well. Rare threshold with Tommy as the captain, who we captain too, because you guys decided you wanted the captaincy on Tommy in our community team. Great result there, man. Well done indeed. Look at Lassiter coming through with a goal. And then the 220 is getting a tier 5, even though he has a DNP. Wow. Hopefully he can hold on. He needs to survive another 4.98 points, and there's 4% of the leaderboard still to go. So it's not like guaranteed that he's got this here, but that would be an incredible win to get a card here with a goalkeeper that DNP'd. Good goalkeeper, but very unfortunate since he moved from Fortuna. And then look at that, nailed the captaincy with the good old Robin Lod. You guys will know about Robin Lod. I mentioned him before the start of the stream. He was very, start of the season, that he's very, very good. And he was very overlooked. He was incredibly cheap before the start of the season. He was like, at one point, he was like £9 or £8 in his rare. It was stupid. And he's fully showing now that that was incredible. Look, he bought him for 41. But before the start of the season, look, he was £5.82. Tell a lie. That was stupid. That was such a stupid price for his rare. He's currently now £30, and he's had a great start to the season. Look at that. That's the type of player you can get for £5 in Sorare. So well done there. And then I want to look at the 240. He's going to get, what is it? He's getting a tier 5 in 240 for 332. That's not going to hold though, is it? Yeah, that's not going to hold, unfortunately. 3.21 points. I doubt that's going to hold. Hopefully it does, but I don't think so. And then 5th place in Challenger with the, oh, wow, this is a good one, with the Leuven team. I actually had Eric Bocat against his team, and he done terrible. But this team won 1-0, and he had all the right players as well. Look at that. Leeson, Xingtian, Shrevers, who's really good. Shrevers, I think, has forward cards as well, doesn't he? Can't remember if he does or not. I think he does have a forward card too, but yeah, he does. You really want the midfielder card if you can, if I'm not mistaken. He's got it. Does he score better as a forward? Slightly better. He's just got very good AA, which makes him quite a good forward card as well. But it works really well because he has Thorstensen and Mazits in there as well. Mazits actually is a midfielder card, but he's a forward. That's really good, man. Really good. Congrats to Abon65. How did everybody else do this weekend? Do we only have 6 viewers in here? That makes me so sad. We've only got 6 people in here. Surely not. That's so low. Where's everyone gone? Thanks, man. Praying for the 5th place holds. Yeah, I think so. There are a couple more games, isn't there? But, oh, look. Maybe it doesn't hold, actually. Because there's 4% left. It's not going to hold. You can see it's not going to hold. That you're on 0 points. So most likely there'll be a couple of games tonight that will probably just hit you off. We got 17 now. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, it was telling me 6 there. Just took a while to update. Hello, Twitch Gaming says nothing for me. Things got quiet since I'm not playing Sorare that much anymore. Shall I show you how I got on, guys? This is how we're doing. £12 rare threshold. Look at that. We captained the wrong player here. We needed to captain anybody else, and we would have potentially got a card reward. Potentially. I was actually going to captain Anto Grigic, but I decided in the end to go with Bokat because Bokat has a higher scoring ceiling than Grigic, and I just thought that Bokat might be able to hit like a really big score in that game, and of course he didn't. He done the opposite. But if we'd have captained Grigic here, then I would have been able to most likely get a tier 5 here. And it would have held for a tier 5. So we would have got threshold plus a rare card. Yeah, kind of regretting that. Because I do like to captain Grigic when I can. Yeah, I just really should have. But I figured, okay, let's take the gamble. I think Bokat can do really good here. Bokat's the type of player that he will do that every now and then, but he'll also explode to like an 80, 90, 100. And I was banking that he could hit like an 80, 90, 100, and he didn't. So we lived to tell the tale. So that's how we done in Captain 40 Rare. And then we won a tier 5 at the moment in All-Star Limited, although I don't think this is going to hold. There is 6% of the leaderboard to go. We have 11.23 points, 338 in All-Star is usually not enough to hold on to a card reward. But we need to be aiming for like 350. It just fell short. We had really good players in here. Angelo didn't score as good as what I hoped. And then Gorian scored amazing. Gignac done well. Carioca disappointed. So did Rodriguez as well. Get kind of frustrating with this Tigres stack at the moment. I'm struggling to get the returns out of it because we'll have game weeks like this where it will score good, but we will just be missing 1 or 2 players that will let us down, or we'll be having 1 or 2 players that let us down. And then we're also getting a tier 3 at the moment from this team, which I'm really happy about. An away win against Konyaspor is not easy, and were able to do it, keep a clean sheet. Yeah, really good. A couple of other teams came close, but they just missed out. These guys here, where they at? Premier League team. These guys here, bunch of frauds, honestly. I love Luton as a team. I think they've worked really hard this season, but fuck me. What were they doing in this game? They had a Sorare score of 84, which means that they should have really done a lot better than that. They just caved. They just caved under the pressure. They knew that this was one of those games that they probably needed to get a win. They need to literally get another 2 wins, I think, to be safe in the Premier League. And this was one that they would have targeted to have got the win. and they just completely caved under the pressure. Yeah, I had high hopes for the Premier League team this weekend, and they completely let us down. Good day. Only tier 3 for me this game week, but card is a card. Exactly. Well done, man. Well, no, not really. I didn't really say that. This was not like a must-win game for Brentford. Like, Brentford didn't need to win it. It wasn't like they must win it. It's just Brentford really needed to try and win it. Otherwise, they could have been dragged into the relegation battle. But it was much more of a must-win game for Luton. So that's what I said on the stream.
To the real world.
Can you guys hear that? I want to just check. Did you hear that sound alert? Thank you also to Maxion for the follow. Because I remember last week you guys were telling me that you couldn't hear it. And I made a little change and I wanted to make sure that you could hear it now. Can you hear the sound alerts? If you can, then great, because then it's fixed it. Hello to Maxion. How you doing, man? Yeah, but you're right, though. Like, for Brentford, they also needed to try and win this to give themselves some breathing space, because now they've done that, they should, in theory, probably be fine. They probably only need like one win or a couple of draws, and they should be fine, Brentford, to bring them up, actually. But for Luton, they really needed to get a win there, because their remaining fixtures are not that great. And to be fair, they've got 3 fixtures where they should be able to get a win. So look, Brentford are up to 35 points now, with 4 games for them left. So they should be fine when you look at Forest, Luton, Burnley, and Sheffield United. They should be fine in theory. As I say, I think if they get like a draw or a win, especially if they get a win, they're going to be safe, right? But if they get a draw, if they can only muster a draw in their last 4 games, then they will probably be fine. Everton realistically need to get another win, ideally 2. Luton basically need to get another 2 wins here, I think, and then that should probably be okay. Josh Wilson says, I bought an England stack for the Euros and it may have just yielded a first place finish for 146. £146. Well done, man. Hi, bro. I see my brother use 4 common cards and 1 limited for Prem after the new update, but I can't do the same. Do you know anything about that or how I can do the same? Yeah, you've played 5 cards in a lineup before, haven't you? And if you say no, you are not remembering correctly. Because if you can't play the common competition, it's because you have played 5 either limited or rare or super rare. It doesn't really matter. But you've played 5 pro cards, right? The actual NFT cards. You've played 5 in a lineup before. And if you've done that a month ago, 2 months ago, 2 years ago, it doesn't matter. The game records that you've already played pro. And so it no longer allows you to play the tutorial. Hey, if there's finally a similar score as to last week is paying off. Currently 2nd in First Div Challengers is Wisdomania. Wow, you guys are doing so good. Honestly, you guys have. It's great to hear that you guys are having good game weeks in Sorare. Really good. Do we have a couple of I wonder if they're here right now. Let me ask the chat. Do we have Reindeer, Beast 195, and Abon 65 in the chat? So do we have Reindeer, Beast, or Tistil in the chat? So I might have said Abon 65 there, didn't I? I think I did. Yeah, sorry, man. I know that you're here. I meant actually Tistil, Beast, and Reindeer. I might need to set a rule on place here for this one. What I'm talking about is when we do this throw your hat in the ring, I want to be able to give the cards out, right? And then we can scrub the board and start again for the next week. So I'm going to probably have to say that when you play throw your hat in the ring, I want you guys to jump in for the first stream after the game week on Monday to claim it. I don't think they're here, so we won't talk about it for now. What I probably do need to do, though, in the meantime, is I need to most likely get players up for sale in teams that haven't done so good. Like Marco Benitez here. Contender Classic. Okay, so it's getting promoted. It's only Div 5 though. Oh, and we're getting a box here too. Okay. Let's not cancel that then. Yeah, okay. Do you know when Opta usually do their adjustments? Opta can do their adjustments anytime, up even after the game week ends. Yeah, they went hard, didn't they? Nottingham Forest, they went really hard. I have one team for the midweek, but I don't know whether it's going to be good enough to get us anything. We'll run through that shortly, though. What about you, Arthur? You know what's really pissing me off at the moment? And I want it to change soon because it's the type of thing that makes me want to quit Sorare, right? I'm not kidding. It is the type of thing that makes me want to not play this game anymore, is that when Sorare are doing this here, with this in-season tab, which is set at default, I've told them, you guys have seen my tweet, I've told them, this is not cool, I don't like this at all. I think you need to give people the option as to whether they want to see it as default as in season. I don't think that the game should be hiding cards that you guys are trying to sell, and therefore just making it a lot more difficult to sell their cards on the secondary market. This for me is not necessary at all. And actually, this for me makes Sorare look very greedy, that they don't want anybody other than themselves to sell cards. And this for me needs to be changed like ASAP. The fact that the longer this goes on, the more annoyed I am about this here. And I don't mind if you want to have it as in season, but let people decide whether they want to see it purely as in season or not. But the fact is that they've done a change to the format where there is in season and classic, right? And some people might just be playing classic, okay? And that might be the way for them. And so every time they come on here, they're seeing there's no cards, right? And it's not on because it gives the illusion that there's no cards for them to buy. And also, it's just a pain if they're playing just in the classic competitions. They've constantly got to press this here to say, no, I don't want to see in season. I want to see classic. So I'm gonna push Sorare on that again. Because I'm not kidding. This is the type of thing that I don't like, and it does make me think I don't want to play this game anymore if they're going to be doing such underhand decisions like that. And I think that's an easy fix for them where they can change that really quickly, and they've still not changed it. So yeah, not enjoying that at all. And I will be following up on them about that today. Thank you also to Maxian for the sub, man. Thank you for the sub. You'll now be able to take part in giveaways that we do live on the stream, even if you're not on the stream. So thank you. Yeah, POV is starting this midweek. Yeah. Everyone who's predicting he's going to be out on soraredata just doesn't they don't understand that the red card was in the league. The red card was not in the Copa Libertadores. So yeah, ignore that entirely. POV's fine to play this midweek. I don't get why you can't set all these settings how you want to have it. I agree. I think Sorare is big enough now, and they have enough people and enough resources that when they do like little updates or they add little features into the game on stuff like that, they need to make it so that it's an optional thing, right? The only reason for me that they don't make that optional is because they literally want to just make it appear that there are only cards that you can buy from Sorare. And I really, really don't like that. That is very underhand, in my opinion. There's no need for Sorare to be so aggressive with how they try and sell their cards. And to be honest with you, when you see that, it kind of starts to, in my opinion, it starts to reek of desperation that they are, and I don't think they are actually, but it gives the impression to me that they're struggling to sell cards so much that they have to then hide everyone else's cards so that then anyone who's looking on the market will often just be presented with cards from Sorare or the new season cards, which can be sold for more, which then means that they get a bigger fee from it. Just not cool. And I honestly will be following up with them today to say, look, I'm not happy with this here. Nobody's really happy with this here. Like, why is it taking so long for you to change that? Are you going to change it? You can tell I'm pissed off with this here. I don't like it at all. I don't like it. And there's no need for it. It's fine that they want to sell more of their cards on the auctions. And I've got no problem with that. I want Sorare to be able to sell more cards like from auctions as well, because that's how they are sustainable, right? But the whole point about all the changes they've made around the collection game, around the list or play, around the different rule changes that they've made, around most notably the whole new format where there's a big incentive to now go and play in the in-season competitions. All of those changes are basically already saying this is why you should go and buy cards from us, right? They then don't need to basically hide everyone else's cards. It's too aggressive. It's too aggressive. So I'm going to be talking to them about that today, and hopefully that gets changed this week. But what I want to do here, which is why we came on here, is I want to potentially get Carlos Garces up. Yeah, I think I do. We might be able to sell him for profit. Let's get him up for 0.0099 potentially. No, 0.0121. Okay. Let's come in just underneath then. Or not. Yeah, I think that's okay. Hello to Tistil. How you doing, man? Even the lowest price tap resets when you search a player for the first time. It's just poor. It's just at this stage now, it's just poor. Like, do better. You know, like they can do better. They need to do better. You know, they need to do, yeah, for sure, better marketing as well. But there's no need. Like for me, if they said it like that, which has obviously been a deliberate decision, right? I don't think this is a bug. I think this is a deliberate decision to set it like that. It's just too aggressive. No, it's too aggressive. People are playing both in season and classic. They have an option to play both now, which means that you shouldn't even really either have this here to begin with. But then if you do, give people the option where they can decide whether they want to see only in season, classic, or they want to see both of them, right? Just there's no need in this type of market where it's so difficult. Like, I'm not kidding. It's so difficult to sell cards, right? Why are you hiding everyone else's cards other than just because you want to try and make more money? And I know I'm sort of hating on Sorare a little bit, but I just get so wound up by the fact that this is a game that's 4 or 5 years in now, and we're seeing stupid stuff like this, which doesn't need to happen at all. It's a little bit inexcusable, really. So I am going to be speaking to them about it today and saying, look, come on. Because I struggle to sell cards. And I know that when we talk to you guys here in the chats, that you guys struggle too. So if you're already struggling to sell cards, how uncool is it that the game is then making it even harder for you to sell your cards, right? They might as well remove the secondary market if we're going to start doing stuff like this, right? Imagine being new to Sorare and you want to buy a card, you see this and you buy from Sorare, then for more than the player actually is in back. Agree. Do you have any tips for arena games? Yeah, don't play them. Don't play them at all. Don't waste your time playing it at the moment until it gets a lot better. Can we make some money on Pedro Santos? I'm quite brutal and direct when I talk about stuff, and I'm not kidding. Don't play it. Yeah, you hear a lot of truths on this channel. If this is the first time you've been on the channel, I definitely don't hold back on things. Pedro Santos is 469 in the new season card. His old card is 156. Okay, we have his old season card. We're not gonna play. We're not gonna sell him for 156. You know, we bought him for I think 77p. How much is Dominguez though? You have 100 plus arena tickets. Yeah, me too. I've got about 100 and how many do I have? 150 or something? Yeah, I got 157. So there you go. Maxian, you can tell I don't play arena for a good reason. It's absolutely terrible. The only times that I will play rivals will be if they're doing some kind of a challenge. And the challenge actually offers, you know, like a special event reward or something, like to match tickets or a match jersey. And it's a game that I would probably watch anyway. But other than that, there's just no point. This is a shocking game mode. And it massively needs to be improved. What I'm doing is I'm basically hoarding all my arena tickets because eventually what Sorare are hopefully going to do is they're going to start offering ranked rewards, right? In the arena. And then when they do, you're probably going to want to have loads of arena tickets banked so that when they start to offer ranked rewards, you can then just go and play tons and tons of arena games to then boost yourself up the rankings, right? Don't play arena now, really. Unless there's like a special event, you know, like these challenges, there's absolutely not really any point in doing it. You can win cards, right, in the reward boxes, but you've got like what's that there? You've got like a 93% chance to win more tickets, and it's just a crock of shit, to be honest with you. So don't bother. And I hate that I say that because I want to be able to say to people, yeah, play Arena and play Rivals and play it as much as you can. You guys know I'm not going to say that because I'm not going to applaud mediocrity. And this is pure mediocrity at its finest right here. It's not done well at all. And it will get better. So when it gets better, then we can start to talk about it and then we can start to play it harder. And then I'll be telling you guys, yeah, definitely play Rivals and give it a good go. I'm not going to tell you to play it. And I wouldn't recommend that you play it at the moment. And to be honest with you, this is going to sound really, really brutal. But the less people that play this right, then Sorare will be able to see on the data, oh my God, people aren't playing it. Like, we better get a move on and we better improve this, like, ASAP before this whole game mode dies. The more that people play it, I feel like the slower it's going to be to improve this game mode. But if people just stop playing it, then Sorare will be able to see, like, oh shit, like, we're obviously doing something massively wrong. We need to, like, get our improvements out quicker because the participation in Rivals just completely dropped off. And that's what we need. It's been 3 months actually since they launched this game mode, and it's pretty much in the same basic state that it was in 3 months ago. And not very fun, not very engaging, not very rewarding. Yeah. Do we need to look at Smolcic here? Oh, we were looking at Dominguez, weren't we? Yeah, okay. Don't think I want to sell Dominguez for 110. Yeah. But what we could do is we maybe look at Smolcic here. Okay. Wow, we could actually put Smolcic up for around £20 and we might be able to sell him. And I think I pretty much bought him for £20. Look, I'll take that. I started a month ago. Do you have any advice for Sorare beginners, but football experts? Okay. If you started a month ago, what the biggest piece of advice that I could give you is to make sure that you don't overspend on players, right? In Sorare. One of the issues with Sorare is that the values of cards don't really tend to hold for very long, right? And so what you could end up doing is you could find a player, you might think, oh, you know, like £5 pretty good for them, but do some proper research on them and look at how well they score and also look at their price history as well on Sorare data if you can. So if you don't have the pro membership on Sorare data, then I would recommend you do it. There is my code, which you can put into, well, I say there's my code. I don't see it at all. Hold on a minute. Where's my code at? Where's my code? Where is it? There we go. There's my code. All right. Yeah, use my code FreeTipScout at the membership page if you want to upgrade to pro. But the biggest advice I could give you is don't overspend on players. Try and get, especially if you're on a budget, there's loads of really good players that you can pick up in limited for like £1, less than £1. And they will be able to give you scores of 80, 90, 100. So just do a lot of scouting. Don't spend lots on players because if you do, it could be really difficult for you to sell them in the future. Here we go. All right, 0.0008. Okay. I thought that the SD would work. Does it not work? If it doesn't work, then I need to change that. It doesn't work, does it? Have I got like the wrong? No, it's just soraredata. Okay, fair enough. All right, we bought him for 0.0151. So we'll be making a bit of a loss here in ETH terms, really. If we sell him, $20.57. Yeah, okay, cool. So what we would get in fiat terms is £19.55. In ETH terms, it's 0.075, which actually is roughly about, I think, half of what we paid for him in Ether. But in fiat, it's roughly the same price. So it's not ideal. We would want to obviously get the Ether part back too. But it is what it is. And I don't even know if we'll actually be able to sell him or not. Let's give it a go. If not, it's absolutely fine. Because I am more than happy with this guy. But we are going to see if we can sell him in the little window that we have. Okay, it's not come up yet, Carlos Garces, has he? All right. Kadri, we're probably going to need to hold on to. And I think we want to hold on to him anyway because he is going to get a move, I think, in the summer. A much better club's going to come pick him up. And then Pedro Santos, we don't want to sell for £1 or whatever. Dominguez, we could sell, even though he is in my team for the midweek. We could sell him, but I don't want to sell him for so low. This is my midweek team at the moment in rare. We've got Dominguez in goal, Quintero paired up with him, Piovi in midfield, and then we've got Pereira as the captain and Santelli. I have a couple of other forwards that I could play, but none of them are really that good options. Lauren is not playing at the moment. Edvardson's been dropped now. He's a bench player, and he's not even getting off the bench sometimes. And then Biaki's injured, so I think we're going to go with Santelli, who is a sub player himself, but he might get a start in this game, and it's the best game, I think, on paper. What do we reckon? Is that going to win anything? I can't really decide whether that's going to win anything or not. Because probably Santelli is going to give us a score of like 20 or something, 25. And then Pereira could give us a score of 60. I think it depends on how well Quito do here. Because they're away to Junior and they're quite difficult. So if they're able to keep a clean sheet there and maybe even sneak the win, I think we've got a chance of doing well. If not, then probably it's going to struggle. But what do you guys reckon? Guess we also need to figure out whether we go all-star or another competition. All right, guys. I've just seen in the chat from Twitch Gaming something I don't understand. Thank you, by the way, Twitch Gaming, for providing this in the chat for everyone to read. I don't understand the team-specific league passes. I don't really get that. Now, obviously, I do get it because it means that your league passes are going to have team-specific boosts on them, and this is for Pooky. But I thought the whole point of the league passes was that you buy the league pass for the league that you want to predict in, and then you then try to nail the exact score for the teams that are playing to then get a team boost for them, which is the sticker, basically. Don't think I like that. Maybe we need to look at that. I think the reason I'm not sure I like it is because that was, for me, that was the core point of having the league passes and then incentivizing that you try and get that exact score so you can then get that team, right? So if you are looking for good boost for Man United, then there's an incentive for you to then try and really get an exact score on when Man United come up. Okay, let's read the update. This was posted 3 days ago. No. Well, the league passes that were not team specific, but the league passes anyway, were, if you then, let's say you picked up a Premier League pass, right? And in that weekend, there was Liverpool versus Man United, there was Arsenal versus Wolves, right? Well, if you really wanted to try and get a boost, like a permanent boost, right, for Arsenal, then you would need to try and get an exact score for Arsenal, right, for the Arsenal-Wolves game. And then if you did, then you would basically get a sticker, I think, if not a sticker, but you'd effectively get the sticker boost, right, in the new format, the sticker equivalent boost for Arsenal and Wolves, which you could then apply to your league pass, right? And that's basically how you got the boost, right? And so then the next time, if it was next weekend, if it was Arsenal again, and you got that one exactly correct again, then that would just improve your boost. So it was incentivizing that you would do well. Let's read this here. Like, I deliberately haven't done my video yet because I had a feeling that there would be some changes that would be made. And I didn't want to do a video talking about the update, then for that video to potentially be outdated a few weeks later. Let's start by saying how immensely grateful we are, blah, 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 blah. Okay, da, da, da. So talking about the feedback here. Right. Following this announcement, we observed an increase in player engagement and a remarkable increase in activity on our primary marketplace. That's definitely down to the discount. Refining the gameplay, your feedback in action. Following the community insights, we've fine-tuned Pooky's gameplay dynamics. This one's quite cool. This ascension cost and leveling is pretty good. We're introducing the ascension bar for when your league pass is fully upgraded. So when it's upgraded fully, right, where it's got kind of like the XP's maxed out, then the more you use it, right, without ascending it, then that XP is going to waste, right? It's not contributing towards anything. And what I've decided to do is that now you can fill this bar with XP to unlock up to a 40% discount. So let's say that you have a rare league pass that is fully maxed out at level 60, but you're not quite ready to ascend it yet, but you still want to keep using the league pass, okay? So it's then getting XP, which is not going anywhere, right? Because it's just you've already maxed out the XP on it. Whereas now with this ascension bar, that additional XP will fill that ascension bar, and then when you fill it, you can then get an extra discount, a huge discount actually, on then ascending your league pass in the future, which I think is pretty good. You could either ascend it when it's ready, there and then, or if you can't do it, or if you don't want to do it, you just basically keep using it when it's already fully maxed out with the XP, and then you get a 40% discount. And apparently an even more generous 50% for higher rarities as well. Right. League Pass attribute. Say hello to the team attribute. A feature designed to make each pass uniquely beneficial. This attribute boosts points for the specific team, enhancing your rewards. Okay. Okay, I think I know where they've done this here. Yeah. What this does is that this makes the league passes more tradable. Because let's say you have a Premier League one, right? And there's no team attribute on it. So everybody basically has a Premier League one that is then unique depending on how they've used it. Whereas if I have a Premier League one and a Man United one, and somebody has a Premier League Bournemouth one, as an example given here, well, I might actually want the Premier League Man United one. So the Premier League Man United one will be, I'd want to pay a lot for that. Okay, interesting. What's everyone thinking on this here? In the current game design, all teams' boosters are positioned at the League Pass level. As a result, Champions and Europa League passes will feature exclusive teams. Yeah, I actually wondered about that. And I thought that your teams would be able to give you a boost in the Champions and Europa League too, but actually not. They need to come up with an idea on that, yeah. We are actively considering these ideas. I think they should have, I'll be honest with you, I love Pooky, and I think that the way Pooky have been doing the update and the comms on the update's been great. And they put a lot of time and effort into figuring out how they want the game to look. But this seems like a bit of an oversight. That when you change the game, then the league passes have team boosters, right? But the boosters that the teams get are only for domestic games. Then what happens, of course, in Champions Europa League? Now, the obvious answer would be that if you made the team boosters to give a boost no matter what competition that team is playing in, so not just specific to that league pass they have, But if you have like a league pass Man City, then the Man City team gets a boost in that league, but then also in the Champions Europa League. You know what this does for me? Well, you'd need a Champions and Europa League pass anyway, wouldn't you? As a result, Champions and Europa League passes will feature exclusive teams. What that means is that if you wanted to predict in, like, say, the Premier League and the Champions League, but you had a Premier League pass that had Man City on it, you can't use that Premier League pass to make your predictions in the Champions League because you need a Champions League pass for it. Now, you could then go and get a Champions League pass, but then it doesn't give you Man City. And maybe that's kind of what you wanted to have, right? Because you have a Premier League Man City pass and Man City are also competing in the Champions League, but you can't use that Man City part on your Premier League pass. You can't use that team booster in the Champions League. So you could end up in the Champions League getting like a really crappy team that gives a boost, right? Even though Man City are competing in the Champions League, but you just don't have that pass. They need to come up with a good solution there. I'm a little bit surprised that they haven't got a solution in place already for that. Got to be honest with you. I'm glad I haven't done my video yet. Where's it gone? Where's that gone? Here we go. Yeah, so the Genesis balls get an extra 10% valuation, which I kind of knew about. After thorough analysis, we've decided to maintain our current valuation process, which is based on the initial mint price, plus any progression each asset has achieved. Yeah, I'm glad they haven't changed that. I thought it was absolutely fine to begin with. Yeah, absolutely fair. I think they maybe had some feedback from people saying, oh, it needs to be valued higher. That's just greed. I think it was perfectly fine, their valuation. If I send my 2 commons and add my 2 level 1 stickers, I'll have a budget of €110 to spend on league passes, which means I can buy 5 passes. Should be enough to cover in the first place, right? Should be, yeah. It should be good. 5 common league passes will be great. Yeah. All of this is stuff that we know, so this hasn't actually changed at all, which is good. Mark, you legend. Thank you so much, man. Team boost will have to be made pass honorable. The next league pass rarity, I can't remember. Is it 30? I think it's 30, right? I think it's 30. Oh, this blog's quite big, actually. I'm not going into this blog in detail. Here we go. Oh, it's not 30. Okay, I tell a lie. Sorry. The next one is 60. Yeah, it's 3 times, isn't it? That's 3 times that. This is roughly 3 times that. This is 3 times that. That's basically 3 times that. Yeah, it's times 3. Okay. I mean, this blog is here for you to read, so recommend that you read it. I don't think there's a huge amount which is changing, apart from, as we talked about, the team-specific league passes now, and the Champions League, Europa League kind of situation, which I really think that the team probably should have figured out. Actually, if we're being honest, they should have figured that out. But it's good that they are responding to that feedback, because it's crucial feedback. It's important. We've updated the white paper to provide more comprehensive details. A private sale will offer our players tokens at a preferential discount. Okay. They need to make sure, though, Pooky, that they don't overcomplicate things, right? Like, all of this sounds kind of interesting, but they also need to make sure they're not overcomplicating it. I got banned and got this message back. Please reach out on April the 22nd so that we can verify your accounts and lift your ban. You have to. Are we talking about Sorare here? We're talking about Sorare. Like, you need to go into their help section here, football at the top or whatever it is, and go down to help, and then just raise a ticket. Where is it? Let's submit a request here. Okay, that's how you do it. Okay. Food for thought on the Pooky updates there. I'm not quite sure. I mean, I think the adding a team-specific league pass in there, or making them team-specific, then just means that they're going to be a lot more tradable, the league passes, right? So on that side of things, it's probably going to be quite, it should create a burgeoning secondary market. But there's a bit more incentive to buy league passes too from other people, especially if they've got a club that you're already after. I just thought that the whole point about not having them team specific was that it would then incentivize doing the exact score, so you could then try and win the boost for that team. Okay. So I don't know, like, I don't really know how I feel about it. There's a part of me that says it's good. There's a part of me that says that I wish that it hadn't have been added as part of the feedback. Okay. Do you guys like it? Is it good? Is it bad? What's the opinions in the chat on it? Because it's a little bit weird, because it's not really an attribute. Like, these are kind of the, I mean, it technically is here as well, I guess, right? It does very much feel like the Pokeballs have just transitioned straight into League Passes then. That the League Passes are basically the Pokeballs, just in a different disguise, and they are cheaper, which allows you then to play more leagues if you want to. Yeah. Because with the Pokeballs, you've kind of got this league bonus, right? And then a club bonus, and you've got this season and rarity bonus, right? And then the league passes are basically going to give you that rarity bonus. I think they're also going to give you a season bonus as well. I don't remember reading it, but I would assume so. Then if you're going to get the league, it's going to give you, well, probably it's not going to give you a league bonus, right? Because you're then buying specifically that league. So that will be removed. But then the club, whatever club you get, will then give you a bonus as well. And then you kind of get at least 2 of these, right? And then potentially a lot more, depending on the rarity that you get. I just think it was fine the way they had it before. I don't actually think that they needed to do a team bonus as well, because I felt that the motivation was to try and really get those exact scores to get those team boosts, right? I don't think they really needed to do that. But by doing that, the one thing it is going to do is it's going to make certain league passes very valuable and very tradable. So you like at the moment how you might get like a Pokeball for the Premier League, and you get like a Man City Premier League ball, right? But you get it randomly. You'd be like, wow, this is amazing. I could sell this for a lot, potentially, right? The league passes are going to be the same, where you could potentially get like a really good team, you could get a really bad team. Yeah, I'm not bowled over by that, if I'm honest with you. I'm buzzing $130 this week in the in-season Prem with my Burnley stack. Wow. Well done, Jack. That's incredible, because they really smashed it, Burnley. So well deserved, man. Yeah, look, in the future, we will explore developing a reroll feature for a cost. Okay. Good and bad, but I think probably it's good. I'm just a little bit surprised that if that was the route they wanted to go, then they maybe would have done that to begin with, no? I mean, it's clear that people out there in the community have said, well, like I've got, like a Man City or like a Dortmund or a Bayern Munich ball. And that's been the big attraction for me when I've been buying these types of Pokeballs, is to try and get like a club that I actually, can develop that will give me a bonus, right? If I'm then not going to be able to collect that club. But that was the whole point. That was the whole point of I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. I mean, it's fine, but I don't really understand. I thought that was the whole point of the team boosters. Let's go back. Where was the original? Here we go. Right here. 2.2.1. Collect team boosters. So I thought, what's the point in this then? So you not only get a boost now permanent boost if you have a league pass that's a Man City one. But then if you get an exact score for Man City as well, then that will give you an additional boost on Man City. And also you'll get a boost then for the other club. Players will be able to collect their favourite clubs and nations, which will boost every time you predict their fixtures. The more you collect, the more the prediction boost of that team will increase, right? This makes them become a formidable tool in your prediction arsenal. How do you acquire them? Anytime you land an exact score, players are rewarded with team boosters of each participating team relevant to the league you predicted. So if you nail an exact score in the Man City versus Liverpool game, you're rewarded with team boosters for Man City and Liverpool. The amount of team boosters you get per exact score will depend on the rarity of your league pass. And then the team boosters can also be purchased via the marketplace in packs. Hunting for teams just became more valuable than ever. Yes, but like now they've added the teams on the league passes as well. So this is why this is why I'm confused by it, because I thought, okay, you can't get a team with your league pass, but then the way that you collect the team is by doing well with exact scores, right? Which is why this was here. But the update that we're reading today is now saying that in addition to this here, you can just outright get a team on your one team that's then permanently tied to your league pass, right? So I guess it's a way where you can just get more boost, and it's going to create more variance in how you do. But I'm just really surprised that they've made that change, because I don't think it was really necessary when you could already collect those teams anyway. But there was like a skill incentive where if you really wanted to try and get the Man City one or the Liverpool one, then you really had to try and get the exact score. And to be fair, that still remains, right? I just think that it wasn't needed, but they've decided to do it. Okay. It will make the league passes more appealing to trade on the secondary market, which is a good thing, I guess, right? Hello to Beast as well. How you doing, Beast? Oh, wow. Quintero's up for a lot. I don't know whether we could sell Quintero for that, but I think we want to probably try. His instant buy is 47.49. Well, I love Quintero, and I'm very happy to keep him, but if we can sell for around, that. In fact, you know what? I'd probably put him up for about 45. Yeah, I'm good, man. You're very tired working on the weekend. Got like 6 to 7 hours of sleep in the past 3 nights. Oh, man. Get some sleep now, no? I mean, I appreciate you jumping in, but can you sleep now? It sounds like you are sleep deprived heavily. And that's not good. Let's put this one up. Oh, let's put this one up for 45. Oh, hello. Yeah, that's pretty good. If I do now, I wake up in the night and it's fucked completely. I know what you mean, yeah. I've been in those situations where the cycle's out of sync. Yeah, so almost what you need to do, to be fair, you make a good point, is try and just stay up now and then get to bed at like 7, 8 or whatever, 7, 8, 9, something like that. And then you'll be knackered when you go to sleep, but then you'll hopefully then be able to sleep all throughout the night. Then you wake up, you feel well rested, and then your cycle's reset. This is so messed up that you can buy this card from auction, but it doesn't give you the season bonus because it's not an in-season card anymore. It's so weird because that was the whole point, really, of buying the cards from Sorare, is that you got the season bonus, right? But now that doesn't really apply in some cases, like this one, where Sorare only have they only have one licensed club from Ecuador, which is Quito. So until they mint the new in-season cards for Quito, which they should do now because the season's already started, then the cards which they are currently minting then don't offer a season bonus. So they're a classic card that they're minting. Oh, does it? Oh, thank you. Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, the new UC game week starts tomorrow. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'll be doing that. Like, it's a bit naughty, really, because what Sorare should be doing is they should be minting the new season cards of this club already, right? The fact that Sorare are selling it as an instant buy gives the impression that it's an in-season card when it isn't, right? It's not. Look. So they in my opinion, I don't think they should technically really be selling that anymore. What is the rule on it? I mean, I guess they can until they mint the new season card of Quito. But the question is like, well, when's that going to happen, right? Because technically it should have happened already with them being at the, start of the season, so that then whoever wants to buy Quito players then gets most of the full season of utility and the season utility. If they mint Quito 2 or 3 months from now, there'll then be new season cards, right? In-season cards that will only offer utility for like 3 or 4 months or so. Yeah, they did, didn't they? Yeah. Very close, man. He was so close to getting that prediction. Okay, well, if we've got Quintero up, we might as well get the other ones up now as well. I'm not selling Dominguez for 110, though. Yeah, I mean, look, there's 3 other cards. I refuse to sell him for 110. It's going to go up, but he's going to go up for about 150. And then, of course, if everyone else sells theirs, then we'll be the cheapest on the market, I guess, right? But just not going to do it for that. It's too low. Oh, hold on. Let's do that. I'm not really selling them. It's just I didn't win anything from All-Star on the weekend, right? I didn't win anything on the weekend in All-Star. Where's it gone? Oh my God. Where's it gone? Yeah, I didn't win anything on the weekend. So I started to list up a couple of players here like Garces and Smolcic where I could sell for profit. And then just looking ahead to the next game week, I probably will enter a team into the next game week. But until the game week starts, I might as well get them uplisted for sale if I can make a profit on them. And if I don't sell them, then I'll just delist them and then put them into the lineup and then add the lineup in, right? I'm just trying to be smarter about using the opportunities, like the windows that you've got in between game weeks, you know, to maybe cash in on players. So what we can do is we can have this team entered and it can sit there, but it's not doing anything for the next 24 hours, or we can list them up, maybe try and sell them for profit. And then if they don't sell at all, as I say, we just delist them, we put them into this lineup, and then it's good to go. And we can do that like 5 minutes before the game week starts. And it's not like I don't want to sell these players, but I'm happy to do it if we can make a profit on them. Yeah, you won, Beast. You got yours correct. Well done. Right, I would not want to sell POV for less than 30. Well, he says that. I'm happy to sell him for 30, 29.99, whatever that is, actually. Let's do it in ETH terms, though. Let's do that. We can't sell Santelli or Pereira, really. Like, we could sell Pereira for a profit, but it's not worth it. Bought him for £1.50. His cheapest on the market is like £2.60 or something. I'm not selling him for that. Might as well keep him. Yeah, look, 259. I mean, that's incredible. It's very, very good, but it's just not worth selling him for that. He's a good scorer as well for the midweeks. He doesn't tend to get more than 70, but he's quite consistent at giving scores of 60 points or more without a decisive. Yeah, so we leave those two in place for now. Right, what games are you guys thinking are good games for the midweek? Salzburg away to Klagenfurt is pretty good, actually. Yeah, good call. Austria Wien, says Mark Gork. Who do Austria Wien have? Where are they in this matchup tab? They have an away game against Tyrol, also pretty good. Would be better if it was at home, but Austria Wien are very strong at the moment, and Tyrol are quite weak. 20, says Beast here. Yeah, look at 20. With a home game against Almere City, they have 73% to win. Wow. There's Nacional. You know, they have a 74% chance to win. And I've got, of course, Pereira, which is another reason why I think that Pereira at £2.60 is just an absolute bargain for the midweek. Because he's likely going to do very well. He also doesn't have too high an L15 either. Manchester United at home against Sheffield United. I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't trust Man United at all to win that after they just about scraped through on penalties against Coventry. It was embarrassing. Very lucky for Man United. At home, you would technically expect them to win that one, but Sheffield United are they're woeful, but Man United are also a walking calamity. PSG, yeah, PSG against Lorient. It's a good one. What's going on with Lorient? Are they going to get relegated this season? They are. At the moment, they are. Damn. They sold a lot of their good players though, didn't they? What did they expect? And they didn't really replace them. And they didn't replace them enough with quality. They brought in Mendy. You got Julian Laporte. As soon as they sold Terra Moffi, who was their main goal scorer, I think it was a bad omen for them. Unless they could find another Terra Moffi. Who's their top goal scorer at the moment? Their top goal scorer is Mohamed Bamba with 6 goals all season. Roman Favre with 5. Junior with 5. So they are spreading the load, but they don't actually have a goal scorer here, like a prolific goal scorer. And Terra Moffi, when he was there, he was actually scoring a lot of goals for them, given that they weren't a strong team. You know, you'd expect Moffi, and he was giving them about 10, sometimes even closer to 20. And that was very good for a Moffi playing for Lorient. Obviously, defensively, they haven't been that good either. Look, they've conceded 55 in 29. That's really their biggest problem, isn't it? They've just conceded too many. Yeah, and they lost Lafay, yeah. Forgot about that, yeah. Losing Lafay was a big blow for them. Yeah. Big time. Look at the players that left. Right, so, yeah, there you go. Favre, yeah. Vincent Le Goff. He was actually quite useful at the back. Vincent Le Goff, I thought, anyway. Vito Manone. Ibrahima Kone. And then look, Moffi. Enzo Lafay, Moritz Jens. And they made quite a bit of business there, quite a bit of money. But at the end of the day, they made money in the short term, but they're probably going to lose money in the long term because they are going to miss out on the big TV rights for being in League One and the big money from being in League One. It's not as big as being in the Premier League, but still, compared to League Two, it's a bit of a drop. Wow, Zenit are at home against Rubin Kazan. That's quite a good one. Ajax at home against Rotterdam. This is not that easy. Don't ever think when you see Liverpool against Everton, don't ever think that this is an easy game for Liverpool, because it's not at all. Especially with Everton fighting for their lives in the relegation zone. This is a difficult game. I don't think Everton, though, have a good record against Liverpool at Anfield. That's the only thing that's going in Liverpool's way massively. I think actually the last time that Everton won at Anfield was a very long time ago, if I'm not mistaken. Like, they're very famously known for not doing well at Anfield. Oh, it's at home? Oh, it's at home. Tell a lie, sorry. Yeah, it's at home. Okay, so that makes it actually even better for them. Yeah, I always kind of get that a little bit confused when they're looking here. I didn't see the A there. Yeah, that's not easy for Liverpool. If that was at Anfield, then that would be a lot easier. But it's at Goodison. This is very difficult for Liverpool. Liverpool really need to win that. If they drop points, then probably Man City. Well, they can't afford to drop points at all. Look how tight it is at the top. Even Arsenal. Everton probably need this one win. If they get this one win, they're likely going to be safe. They've not lost against Everton in any of the last 5, but most of the games have been under 2.5. So they've often been scrappy, tight affairs where both teams have had to really battle for the win. I tell you what, though, look at that. Everton have not lost many games at home against Liverpool. That's why it's difficult. It's a really hostile place. It's a big derby game. It's a really hostile place for Liverpool to go. They don't have to go far either. It's like a 2-minute walk to their stadium from theirs. You can even see it. But look, they lost that one 4-1. Then they lost here back in 2016 1-0. And then, you have to go back even further, really. There's not been many wins. Does that mean we get another contender stack next season in Lorient? Hello, looking for food? Yeah, it would do, yeah. Yeah. If they get relegated, then yeah, Lorient go into contender. Which could be a good stack next season. Depends on who they keep, though, doesn't it? They won't be able to keep a lot of their good players there. Yeah, Beast, here's how you done. You predicted the Colorado versus Dallas one, so you nailed it for 2-1. What I might need to do is I might need to say that you absolutely have to be on the stream at a certain time to claim the reward, right? Because otherwise it's going to be too difficult for us to do the first come, first served who picks the reward. Because at the moment I'd like to be able to give Beast the reward, but technically I can't because Beast, in the way we're doing it, Beast got the exact score third. And so the manager who got the Montreal one, which was Reindeer, he needs to pick first, but he's not here on the stream. So what I think I am gonna put that rule in place where every Tuesday is where we, on the Tuesday stream, every Tuesday is the stream where you must be on if you've won, because then you can pick, right? If you're not, then the first pick goes to the next person who's there live on the stream. I think that's only fair. No, I don't want to do it like that in general. I want to do it so that there is an incentive for those to pick the earlier games, right? And to get them right. I mean, I guess we could scrap that, and then it's just a case of get on the stream, right, on the Tuesday. But then if everyone's on the stream, then who gets the first pick, right? It still needs to be that there needs to be somebody that gets the first pick, right? So that's why I think I need to keep it. Because if we said that, okay, it's not about whoever gets the first exact score in a game week, just turn up on the stream on Tuesday, and then I'll do it then. So if you're there, you then get the first pick. If everyone's there, who gets the first pick then, right? There still needs to be that denominator. So I think that's what we'll do, is that it was Reindeer who got this one correct. And I'll send something out on a tweet today saying that the winners need to be on the stream tomorrow. If they're not on the stream tomorrow, then their pick choice or their pick order goes to the next one. Yeah, if somebody isn't there on tomorrow's stream, then they still get to pick. It just means that you don't get the pick that you should have got. So if Reindeer, for example, isn't on the stream tomorrow, he still wins a card, but it just means that like his first choice pick then goes to the next person, which is Tistil. And so if Tistil's on the stream tomorrow, he then gets the first pick instead of Reindeer. And obviously, if Tistil wasn't on the stream tomorrow, right, but then you were, then you would get the first pick, Beast, right? Even though you got the third exact score in the like third preference, third order, you'd get the first pick. What is the rank for the league, by the way? Looks quite decent. Yeah. Finished 29th. So you guys have helped me to a 29th finish there, which is brilliant. 6.13 manage and then 344 of the POC. Incredible. Really happy. So thank you so much to everyone that took part in that, because we only missed out on scoring in 2 games there. Other than that, 3 exact scores, a couple of big ones in there as well. You did, Tistil. You got the 2-0 one correct. You correctly predicted 2-0 for New York City versus DC United. So guys, please make sure you are on the stream tomorrow, because that is when I will dish out the rewards, and you need to make sure you're on so you can then pick, right? I've added a lot more cards in there as well over the weekend. There's now 47. There's a couple of rares in there, a couple of extra players in that I've thrown in. So you do want to definitely be on the stream tomorrow so that you make sure that you don't miss out on the player that you actually want. Because if you, for example, want Armored a Goose rare, but then you're not on the stream tomorrow, then somebody who is there tomorrow will be able to pick the card that you wanted to pick, which could be the Armored a Goose rare or whoever, right? All right. Be back in a minute, guys, okay? Hello to Nasty Flame. How's it going, man? I know. When I saw that it was 4-3, that was the type of game that you could have actually imagined being a crazy one. 4-3. The funny thing is with that as well is that we predicted 3-1, which was a good prediction because we predicted for Galaxy to win and there'd be over 2.5 goals, but just needed there to be we just needed to be a bit more crazy with the prediction. Can you imagine the points you would have got there for a 4-3? That would have been mental. Yeah, I'm a bit gutted because I really wanted you to get that one, Nasty Flame. Who actually? I don't know who scored the goals for Earthquakes at all. I haven't actually looked at that game. Okay, Ebibissi with the pen, Kikinovic and Rodriguez there. It's not like they're playing, are they not? Yeah, okay, Amel Pellegrino. What a flop he's been for them so far. He's not adapted well at all to that new league. Played 7, started in 5, scored 1 goal. Has no assist at all. He's really struggling to adapt. He's probably very cheap now, isn't he? Because of how poor he's scoring. He is. He's £56 in his rare. In his limited. He's dropping all the time. He's now about a £5. Which, to be honest with you, for this level of scoring is still too much, isn't it? He's probably a £5 with the market holding their breath that he can eventually start to do this kind of scoring. Not like that, but maybe he can hit that a couple of times, but I don't think so. Not for Earthquakes at the moment. That man does not look... He's very skinny, isn't he? He's not even skinny. He actually looks like he's famished. he's yeah, almost anorexic. Yeah, starved. Yeah. He's always had that type of frame, but I think that's a photo of him as well that doesn't really do him any justice. He's always been very skinny, which is, to be honest with you, one of the things that has not gone against him when he was playing in the Elite Syrian, because it's not that physically demanding. If you stuck this guy in the Premier League, he'd get pushed and barged all over the place. They'd literally say to him, like, you can't play because you're not strong enough. You need to hit the gym, like Big Merc. Like Big Merc would need to do him a gym plan to get him up to to bulk him up. Yeah, staffed of goals as well. Yeah. Big Merc will get him sorted. All right. What you would have to say is that now he's in the US, there's no reason for him to be skinny. If you still remain that skinny in the US, then you're doing something wrong. Because the food over there is so plentiful, the portions are so big, as a lot of you guys already know. They do need to bulk him up, I think. The MLS is a lot more physically demanding than the Elite Syrian. Oh, have I already done a team? So Twitch Gaming was telling me earlier to do a team for Ultimate Champions. And I was like, yeah, that's a pretty good idea. But I think I've already, yeah, I remember doing it now. I'm already ahead of the game. I've put my team out already. And I'm pretty happy with it. There might be a couple of odd changes that I make, but I think it's largely quite a good team for the midweek. We'll check that tomorrow. God, I've had a shocker in the tournaments, though. Not winning anything in the tournaments at all. Apart from 150 and then 60 coins here. No, it's not the team from last game week, no. No, I actually put the team together. I remember doing it now on the weekend. Yeah, look, this is the team from from this game week, right? And this is the next one. And this isn't the team from the last game week either. The past one. Whatever one that is. What is it? Game week 165. Yeah, look. Different team. Yeah. A small shake in, some fries. He gets like a whole feast that could feed a family. We are very close to being able to level this ball up to 54. We're a little bit short on the XP from this weekend to do it with the POC alone. But what we could do is, because we're getting quite a lot of POC, we might be able to complete it with the POC to get it up to level 54. Dortmund was so close to beating Leverkusen. That was such a good effort. I feel like the way Leverkusen have been able to avoid defeat in last minute goals, right? I feel like they're going to... Oh, we can level this one up though. Oh, we've got boosters. I feel like they're just going to end up becoming undefeated all season, the way that they're doing it. You've got 220 in UC Global League. That's good, man. But you still need to get 25, top 25 to get anything out of it. 220 is very good, though. Like, compared to me at the moment, you know, my rank is 704. So 220 is brilliant. But yeah, in order for the leagues to really work out for you, you still got to get top 25. It's really difficult. But it should be that difficult because the game week where it does come off for you, you're then going to get like an amazing epic, which would be great for free-to-play players. Marvin Martins is still not back. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to plan how we're going to spend our energy. Which MLS stack do you recommend to buy to play over the summer? Currently been playing only the EU. There's a couple of good teams to target. It depends on your budget, really. Nasty Flame. Like, what is your budget? Because that will largely dictate the teams that you can target. $14 again. We have 250, gives us 110. Wow. Oh my God. In game week 75, guys, there are 16. There's 16 games which are happening in the Premier League. Maybe we do throw your hat in the ring in the Premier League this time. Because then it means an additional 2 people can take part in it. If we do the USA League again, that's fine. There's 14 games, which means 14 of you can take part in it. But maybe just to mix it up, and the fact that we can get an additional 2 people to take part in it, potentially, could be quite interesting to do the Premier League, I think. What other... Japanese League has 10. French League will have 12. Oh, has 12. Okay. It's usually got 9, I think, the French League, or 9 or 10. German League has 9. And then the Brazilian League will have 10. Spanish League should have 10. Okay. Which means that if we done the English League for 160, we've then got 90 left over, which then allows me to go and play the German League, which I think I want to do anyway. So what do you reckon, guys? You fancy doing throw your hat in the ring in the English League this week instead of the USA League? Makes it a little bit different. There's a lot of good games in here as well. Look, tricky games to predict as well. And we'd have to start predicting in it from tomorrow. So on tomorrow's stream, we would need somebody to predict the first game, Arsenal versus Chelsea. yeah, you're right. If we do a poll, it'll end up being League One, won't it? Okay, that's what we're going to do then. We're going to do throw your hat in the ring in the Premier League. And we've got a plan. So with my 250 energy, we'll spend 160 in the English League. That then gives us 90 left over, which is exactly what I need to then go and predict in the German League. And that's a league that I like to predict in. And we're still trying to get this ball up to level 60. When we get this ball up to level 60, we'll then be focusing our attentions on this ball, right? The Japanese ball, to get that one up to level 60. And then we have, I think these are the 4 commons, aren't they? Yeah, and then we can start to hit these ones hard to get these up to level 40. And then we'll be in a really good position for the update in August, because then hopefully we'll have all of our balls fully maxed out and ascended as well. And then we have we'll have our stickers as ascended and maxed out as we can too. All right. I think we're going to end it early today, guys. A bit of an early one. Before we end it, Nasty Flame. My budget would preferably be 30 euros and could do 50 euros. I think for 50 euros, you could build a good Austin stack for that, because Brad Stuver's about £10, and then I think Droizy you might be able to afford, right? How much is Droizy these days now? Yeah, you should be able to do it. Yeah, like Droizy's about 13. So I think you could do Austin, and that could serve you very well. Yeah, because you could do like a Rubio, Droizy, maybe like an Alexander Ring, then a Cascante, and then a Brad Stuver. Look, Stuver's just coming off the back of 82.4. There's probably quite a few teams that you could do. Houston, you could easily do as well. Maybe you could do Colorado. I'm not too sure, because I think the Colorado players are, especially Stefan. I think Stefan's quite expensive. Yeah, I think Stefan is limited. Look, £24. And then, if you went for Stefan, you'd probably also need to get Bassett, Milovic as well. It's going to be too expensive, I think. But Austin, you could do. Montreal, could you do DC United? If you could do DC United, that might be worth a look as well. Because with DC United, you've then got Aaron Herrera, who's around a £5. But then you've also got some good forwards here as well, like Benteke, De Jong, although you would want to try and pick up Benteke, really. But Benteke in his limited is 25, but 18 in his classic there. How much is Bono? Bono's going to be expensive, no? Yeah. Yeah, probably like the likes of Montreal, Houston, Austin. Could maybe do Nashville, but the problem in Nashville is if you do Nashville, you are going to want to do Hani Mukhtar. And Hani Mukhtar is the most expensive player here at 17 or 11 in his classic, which is very good. Yeah. All right, guys, that's it for today. I'm going to be back again tomorrow. So until then, good luck with the rest of your lineups, and look out for a couple of tweets that I send later on today. Thank you to everyone that jumped on today and for your support, and I'll catch you again tomorrow. See you then.